about 70% of the information flowing between our mind and our bodies is actually flowing up from our body to our mind. So the state of our body really significantly informs the thoughts we create, the things we think about, how we think about them, how we perceive things. So if we spend time connecting in with the body and shift and work with the nervous system, so we kind of shift the cycles of the nervous system. And if we regulate where our body is and our nervous system is, we actually then open opportunities for more positive thinking, more optimistic outlooks, more creativity, more problem solving, more possibility.
Welcome to the Radiant Mom Rising, the podcast that's all about celebrating and empowering the incredible hardworking mothers out there. I'm your host, Mary Dibble. I'm on a mission to equip you with the tools, strategies, and inspiration you need to conquer the challenges of motherhood and life, all while embracing your radiant self. Join us each week for amazing guest interviews, relatable stories, and a whole lot of fun. We're here to create a vibrant, supportive community where we can be our authentic selves, where no one feels alone, and where we uplift and cheer each other on along this incredible journey of motherhood. So, fellow Radiant Moms, get ready to rise, shine, and conquer the world. Let's grow together, laugh together, and make every week a celebration of the powerful, radiant moms we are. This is Radiant Mom Rising, and you're part of a community where your brilliance shines through. Are you ready to rise with us? Let's get started. Welcome to a transformative episode filled with wisdom, healing, and the art of thriving. Today, we're delving into the inspiring journey of self-discovery and empowerment. My guest, an intuitive guide and coach, shares her incredible story of transcending challenges, finding solace through healing practices, and guiding others on their path. Get ready to explore the power of somatic work, intuitive wisdom, and the profound impact they can have on your life. This episode is packed with insights that could spark a profound shift in your journey toward healing and self-fulfillment. My guest, Erica Venegas, is a seasoned intuitive somatic coach who specializes in clearing trauma from the nervous system, playing bigger authentically, cultivating emotional intelligence, and navigating burnout. She guides intuitive leaders and entrepreneurs in one-on-one mentorship programs to embrace their fullest potential without giving up who they truly are. Erica also loves offering one-on-one somatic coaching for those looking to recreate their inner foundations, letting go of and healing old stuff and creating new patterns and storylines. All of her work centers around helping people find more joy, ease, abundance, and embodiment of their true path. Having successfully navigated her own healing journey, Erica now delights in balancing her professional life with her cherished roles of mother and wife. Welcome to a conversation that might just change the way you see yourself and the world around you. Without any further ado, Miss Erica Venegas. Thanks for tuning in to the Radiant Mom Rising podcast. I'm Mary Dibble, your host, and today I'm here with the awesome Erica Venegas, and she is an intuitive guide and coach. She has her business, The Blossom Coaching, that I would love for you all to know more about her and her journey that led her to that. She is a mom of a 6 and a 9-year-old, and I'm just so excited to have you here today with me, Erica. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me. I'm also so excited to be here.
Awesome. I'm so excited for you to share your story with us and let us know what you've been through and whatever you feel comfortable sharing as far as what led you to become the awesome coach that you are today.
Yeah, well, it's really been a journey. So I think it started in my late 20s, actually, when I sort of woke up to a pretty miserable life. It was kind of a dark night of the soul, you could call it. I was struggling with depression, fatigue, not sure what direction to go to. And I was living in San Francisco at the time, and I started a journey into meditation and yoga and therapy and just many of the healing arts. and really healed my life in all ways. I had like many of us do, kind of a rough childhood. And it was like the opening and healing of all of that. And it was like just an incredible experience for me. I mean, as all of us have these experiences of healing. And at some point on the journey, I realized I wanted to offer back. And not just that I wanted to offer back, but that I had like really gained and created something really powerful inside myself through all the healing that I had done. And so I started, I had learned so much on my journey. And then I started doing training programs to, flip be on the other side to be the practitioner and not the client. Although we're always both in some ways, aren't we?
Oh,
Right?
yes. Yes,
We're
yes.
always still on our journey. We're always still healing. And so I've done a bunch of different trainings, and now I find myself doing a lot of somatic work because I find it so deep and powerful, along with my own intuitive way that I work with people. And I tend to work with I'm a very sensitive person. I tend to work with empathic, sensitive women who are in kind of like two different places in their journey, either like really ready to step into something bigger, into leadership, into shining much brighter, or who are really needing to do those first steps of a lot of healing. So I have kind of two different tracks that I work with women, and a lot of them are moms. I'm also a mom myself. I have a 6 and a 9-year-old. And as we were talking about before, before we started the show today, they are like my number one priority to make sure that they arrive into adulthood, feeling so confident and sure of who they are and don't have to kind of do all the backtracking that some
Right.
of us had to do.
And sometimes it's like it's so nice that you can see it that way. And instead of following in that same pattern of doing that to your own kids, what was done to you because you don't know any better, you went on this incredible journey that helped you to realize like that doesn't have to define who you are. That doesn't have to be your identity. Just because bad things happen to you, you can still make your life what you want it to be. And it made you such a better mom for it because now you can be different with your kids and you can help them. And that's awesome.
Oh my gosh. I mean, this is like what happens when we have like the thing that, like the wound becomes the greatest gift, right? I feel like I have so much to offer my kids, and I have so much capacity for their tantrums and their feelings and all the things. One, because I started motherhood a little bit later because I had a lot of healing and a lot of stuff to sort out before I could create like a good partnership and all that stuff. That was part of my journey. But yeah, it's like such a gift now that I can parent in this way. And they go to Waldorf school, so I got to learn about, or I'm still getting to learn about how they hold childhood, and it's really, really amazing experience.
And you should be proud of yourself. And it's awesome. And your kids are going to be so good for that. And I'm excited that you have found a way. And I feel like through everything I was trained and I learned, it empowered me so much that I was like, I know there are so many other moms out there who probably feel the way I felt before being introduced to that, like feeling so alone on their journey, feeling like they can't lean on even their own close family or friends, or even if they even have that to lean on, just feeling just lost
Right.
and who they are and what they want to do with their lives. Like I've been there. And I think that's what's so beautiful about what we do is like, we're not just these like perfectly, we have it all figured out kind of people. Are real people who genuinely care and want to help you in the way we were helped and what we've learned, give back to you and help guide you through that and love you and support you in ways that you may not have been able to do for yourself or you just may not have had in your lifetime so far. And I think that's incredible
Right.
and so important. So for someone
And
who's listening and is interested in possibly in what you do, maybe they don't understand how the somatic ways are. What would you explain a little bit about that and how you utilize that to help your clients?
yeah, so we hold our entire story and our entire history in our bodies. And it's happening on an unconscious level. And everything that we've all our kind of big T and little T traumas, all of our memories get makes homes in somewhere in our bodies. And that's in an unconscious place. And actually, We have lots of information. We think we're identified with our heads. We think that our minds are sort of who we are. But actually, about 70% of the information flowing between our mind and our bodies is actually flowing up from our body to our mind. So the state of our body really significantly informs the thoughts we create, the things we think about, how we think about them, how we perceive things. So if we spend time connecting in with the body and shift and work with the nervous system, so we kind of shift the cycles of the nervous system. And if we regulate where our body is and our nervous system is, we actually then open opportunities for more positive thinking, more optimistic outlooks, more creativity, more problem solving, more possibility. And we think that we can do mindset work and it all happens here, but in reality, it starts in the body. And so it can be really simple, just as like tuning into how do I actually feel now? Like, what's the felt sense of my body? Is there tension? Is there contraction? And it doesn't mean you need to meditate for 20 minutes a day. It can be a 30-second thing. Where do I feel this right now? And on the flip side of that, we also spend a lot of time looking for what feels good in our bodies because our minds are oriented towards pain points, right? Towards what's wrong.
Yes.
So it's a really beautiful consciousness or practice to start to notice what feels pleasant in our bodies or what just feels neutral, like what's not hurting right now,
Yeah.
what doesn't have any sensation, and to kind of start to ground into what is good and true now, right?
Yeah.
It's really beautiful work and it's subtle work, but creates really big, profound changes in people's lives.
Attention, hardworking moms. Are you ready to kickstart your journey to a thriving online business? Introducing Learn and Earn Profits Online Max, a groundbreaking digital resale course that's revolutionizing success. Learn how to create your own funnel and sell this exact course, pocketing a whopping 100% of the profits. Yes, you heard that right, 100% yours. Lipo Max is an enhanced platform packed with incredible modules and valuable insights designed to elevate your online business game. Don't miss this chance to join a supportive community where hard work meets exceptional opportunities. Say goodbye to the hassle of creating courses from scratch. Lipo Max does the heavy lifting for you, empowering you to learn and earn in an environment tailored for your success. Act fast and secure your spot in this game-changing program and set yourself up for a prosperous life. Join the Lipo Max community today. Click on the link in the show notes to learn more or contact me today with any questions.
Well, people don't realize that there's sometimes it's just the small things, the small decisions, the small steps. It creates such a big impact. It really does make so much
Totally.
difference. We have this fear that, oh my God, it's going to take up so much of my time. It's like that limiting belief of like, I can't, or it's going to be too much, too much. But really, it's just such manageable things that you can do each and every day to just like you say, center yourself, be more present in your now and appreciate that and find the silver lining in the things that are happening around you instead of running from it, fearing it, or focusing so
Yeah.
much on like the what ifs or what's going to happen or, oh, I got this and that to do. Ah,
Well, that's one of the reasons. It's one of the reasons I love this work so much because we're so busy as mothers, and a lot of us are entrepreneurs, and the two of them together, especially when you're trying to do them consciously, it's just busy, right? There's just a lot
yes.
when you put those two together, and then we get these things of like, oh, I want to meditate, or we get all these ideas of what we should be doing to so-called fix our problems. But just tuning in to how you feel right now for 30 seconds and then finding a place like doing a somatic exercise or finding just how good it feels. Like right now, I just noticed how good it feels to be sitting on my yoga bolster right now with you. And then like your whole body just can settle, can be like a 15, 30-second thing.
Yeah.
Really powerful for women like us.
Yes, I love it. And see, me too. It's like even just fueling your body with positivity around you. I could be having a very wild, busy, stressful kind of day. And if I just take a moment to just sit down and listen to some inspiration, listen to, other people who just love on you and just, bubble you up. I mean, even just doing this, like having talks with you like this can just light up my day. And look, it's just a few minutes of my time. It's a few moments of my time, but it still makes such a difference and an impact on how I feel overall
Right,
inside
because
and
we're
out.
exercising, right, and in a nervous system perspective, we're exercising that ventral vagal pathway where we're doing, what mammals love to do, which is connect.
Yeah.
And then that creates it opens the ventral vagal pathway, which creates this the connection and the contentedness. And it's so powerful, right? That's why going like doing this or taking a walk with a friend, sometimes even texting a friend can also offer that.
Oh, that's true. You're right. Absolutely. And I think that's so good. And, I get there are many of us who are very busy with things, but at the same time, if you really break it down, you can find time. You can make time in certain ways that I think that we don't feel like we're allowed to because we're like, well, I should be working on this or I should be taking care of my kids and doing this instead. But there's a way to balance that. And that's something that we try as coaches to help bring light to. Because like for me, when I first got started exercising, for instance, was never on my list. I mean, it's something I wanted to do, but I'm like, "Mm-mm, I can't imagine. I can't see myself doing it." But then someone was like, what about just 10 minutes of just doing a yoga thing in the morning? And so I was like, let me give it a try. And so I did it. 10 minutes of my time. I would get up first thing before my kids, come out here and do a 10-minute yoga. And it was amazing. Okay, it was a little challenging at first because getting up that little bit early, but once I built that new ritual into my life, and then I just looked forward every morning to getting up and doing my yoga. And it not only was incredible and it wasn't like a crazy long time frame for me because it was doable, but it actually helped me. I was having hip issues where I had to get a steroid shot because I was starting to have um some issues with
Wow.
that, pains in that. I was having lower back pains as well from sitting all day. And it transformed, like, it was amazing, like, the transformation that I got in just my body, the stretching every morning for 10 minutes, and I'm like, "Come on, who doesn't have 10 minutes they can spare on their selves to just do a little stretching, do a little, like you say, other meditation, or just going for a little walk?" If you got kids, put them in the strollers, take them out for a walk. There's always ways that we can find to just make it work. It's a matter of just really wanting to put forth the effort, but it's so worth it because it really makes that difference for your overall mental and physical well-being. And I just think that's so important for people to know.
It's so true. It's really in the little decisions.
Yeah.
And it is the decisions, right? It is when we choose to have something different. And I always talk about it that it's a very tiny little decision, right? We think that they're going to be these big decisions and they might have big impact, but in myself anyway, it's always in a very small, like just a little decision. I'm going to be different in that way.
Yes.
And then, because that's when it really, for me, that's when it really lands
Mm.
versus these kind of big, kind of egoic outward,
Yeah.
like New Year's resolution goals.
Oh, yeah. That nobody.
Those are, and then those fell flat after a few weeks.
Oh,
Those
my
little
God.
ones, like I'm going to make this different. I'm going to turn towards myself right now
Yes.
and choose to show up for myself, 10 minutes more a day with
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. It's made such a significant difference for me. And it's helped me, like I said, to recognize that we can make time. We can make time for ourselves. We can make the time for the things that we want and just, find a decent balance. I mean, life is unpredictable. It is meant to have the ups and downs. It doesn't matter how successful you are either. You're going to have good days and bad days. It's just part of life. And that's why it's so
Right.
important to connect yourself with a good community of supporting, friends and family, or just even I've found for me personally, I've had strangers who have been more supportive to me, that I've built connections with and that I absolutely love and adore. And I am so grateful for it because I was so scared for so long to even put myself out there because of it. Because I didn't think, well, if
Mhm.
my own family doesn't want nothing to do with me or doesn't, want to show up for me, then who else is going to? And let me tell you, I've been so wrong about that. I'm so glad because I have had tremendous support and love from people who don't even really know me, but who are willing to get to know me, who are willing to care and show up for me. And I think that's what I'm all about now, is bringing that together and us
That's
coming
so
together
great.
and supporting it. I love it. I think it's so awesome. And I just want people out there who feel that loneliness to know they're not alone. They don't have to be. So,
Right.
yeah. So share a little bit with us about how people could find you if they wanted to work with you.
Yeah. Amazing. Thank you. So the best way to find me right now is through Instagram, and my handle is Erica Venegas underscore. And I think it might be in the show notes or something
I
like
will,
this.
please. Yes, share. And I will include all her websites and everything like that as well in the show notes for you. I just wanted you to kind of share with the listeners a little bit about that as well. But yes,
Mhm.
we will be sharing that.
Great. So you can find me there. And my website is under construction right now, but that will, so I'm not going to give the names. I'm switching names. I'm actually switching from Blossom Coaching to Erica Venegas.
Okay.
So that will be, if you start following me on Instagram, then you'll know about that when that's live. And also, I would just like to offer to your listeners, if they would like some of my favorite somatic practices to settle your body and to create some more capacity for what's happening in your life, they can go ahead and DM me. I would love for you to DM me and just podcast at my Instagram, and I'll send that to you.
Oh, wonderful. Absolutely. That would be great. Thank you so much for sharing that. I'm sure they would be so grateful. Actually, I'm going to message you right now because I want that. So tell us a little bit about your kids, if you don't mind sharing about that as well. Like,
Oh yeah, I would love to. So I have a boy, Asher, he's 9, and a girl, Azealia, who's 6.
mhm.
And they're amazing. Asher has in the last year gone crazy about baseball. Just
Oh,
he eats, breathes,
yeah.
sleeps, dreams, all the things baseball. And my daughter is, my daughter is she's little, so she's still figuring out what she likes, but she's a homebody.
Yeah.
She likes to be at home. She likes, I call it the feminine arts. She likes to help with food. She likes to set the table. She likes to take care of people.
Oh, wow.
She's a Cancer. So I think some of that is sort of, I'm not a big astrology person, but I think a lot of that's aligned with Cancer qualities. And I mean, I just adore both of them. They're
Of
both
course, they
amazing.
sound amazing. So that's awesome. And what's it been like for you balancing the work life with the kids? Like if there was somebody out there who was, let's say, on the fence of starting their own business when they have semi young kids, what would be advice that would help them to feel more confident, or what advice would you give them to go after it?
So, I guess I have a couple pieces. One, like when we're in our joy and we're aligned, things flow and things work out, and it's a positive thing for the whole family. So, like if you are feeling the call, that means it's for you, and to respond to the call and to go for it because it will be like a benefit to everyone. And then the other on the flip side of that, like it's a thing. I mean, motherhood in the 21st century and the way it's set up, it's a thing. It's a lot. A lot of us are under resourced. And so I think in different ways, right? Like it's just the way our society is set up right now. So I think just knowing I think knowing that there's going to be it's a challenge to balance it, but knowing that it's going to be, and that letting that be okay. Like dropping the perfectionism that you're supposed to be like what we see on Instagram, right? Like the mom who's got it all together with the beautiful outfits and the beautiful kids and all the things. Like it's a little more rough than that, I think, in reality. And to let that be okay. Like it's a little messy, and you find your way in the messiness, and to soften the edges around needing it to look a certain way or to be perfect, or maybe it's that you just dedicate one day a week to your business or just afternoons, or right, like it could look a lot of different ways, and to find the way that really works for you. And Also know it's going to be a work in progress. Like children, as you know this, with a 15-year-old, they change.
Yes.
Like one year you don't have that much time, and the next year you've got more hours, right? And it's just, it changes pretty quickly. So
Yeah, it does.
follow your passions now.
Exactly. Yes, I love it. That's such wonderful advice. And there's that realisticness of understanding, yes, you're going to have to, put in the time a little bit here and there. But I think it's like you say, at the end of the day, it's about finding out how things work for you. So there's a lot of programs out there that are great, that will help guide you, that will help teach you things. But at the end of the day, there's not one fit for all solutions. Like we all have to take a little bit of what we learn from each of those and just find a way to apply it to the way our lifestyles are set up and what works for us. Because what may resonate with one person as like, oh, I can do this, or I love doing this, is not going to resonate with you. Like one of the things for me, I realize is I'm not that tech savvy. So, it's like also finding out things about yourself. Like I'm not good with graphics. I could never be an interior designer. I'll tell you that right now, when my husband has literally been the one who's done it all because he has that talent that I just don't. So it's also to
Right.
understanding what are your strong suits and what are not so, and finding ways to like delegate would be very helpful as well if you can make it happen. But be patient, be kind to yourselves. I understand that it's not going to you're not going to go to bed and wake up and be that successful entrepreneur that you want to be right away. It takes time. It just takes showing up,
Time.
right? Yeah, just show up for yourself, for your kids, for life. And like you say, I love that what you said about the whole when you make that choice and you start going for it and you feel aligned and you feel in yourself, things start happening for you. Like doors of opportunities will start opening. You will start attracting things that you never imagined to even be part of that journey. Go out there and explore. Let it come to you, right?
And you have to be brave to do things differently, right? And, we hear that a lot, to take the risks, but sometimes it's small risks too. And just choosing to show up a little bit differently, like you in this, starting the podcast and the ways that we have to be visible. And then it's creating the capacity. And that's a nervous system thing, a somatic thing, to create the capacity so that we can, and that we can be a little different in the world and not stay in this kind of narrow containers of behavior
Oh, I
that
love
we stuck in.
Yes. Oh my God. I love that. Yes, absolutely. And it's so much fun. A year from now, I would never have thought that I'd be here working to build this podcast and do this. And I mean, it's so incredible how one little post or one little thing can lead you to this whole other world of like, new experiences and new things that you're like, I mean, I've fallen in love with this and I haven't even been involved that long, but I love it. And I'm excited to see where it's going to take me. And to, like I said, just to connect with amazing women like you. And like, I hopefully build long-term friendships for us to follow each other and encourage each other and help our businesses to grow, because we all should be here supporting and loving one another. There's plenty of resources out there. There's plenty of things for everyone here. And I am so excited to have been in your energy today. It's beautiful.
Oh, it's so wonderful too. I love being yours too. I can feel your like energy and enthusiasm and your beautiful big heart. It's so nice.
Thank you. Thank you. I genuinely appreciate you being here with me on the show. We'll make sure to get all your information out there so people can find you. I think anyone would be lucky to work with you for sure. You are amazing. And I love it. I'm so thankful for meeting you. So thank you so much again for being part of this show with me today.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me. What a wonderful morning of conversation with you.
Right. Awesome. Oh, yeah. Well, speaking of, where are you from? Where are you located?
Oh, I'm in the San Francisco Bay Area.
Okay, awesome, awesome. I'm in Morganton, North Carolina, so we're a little bit we're on the other side, definitely across, right?
Yeah. That's what makes it so cool to make these connections.
Right. I know. I meet women like in Australia and Canada and all over the world. It's super cool. Again, thank you so much for being a part of my journey. I appreciate you.
Yeah, you're so welcome. Thank you too.
Here are the takeaways from today's episode. Explore the idea that transformation is possible despite facing difficult times. Your journey is about growth, healing, and discovering new perspectives beyond your past experiences. Find guidance for your own path, whether you're seeking personal development or navigating the early stages of healing. These insights can empower you on your unique journey. Consider the powerful link between your body and mind. Tuning into your body's signals can significantly shape your thoughts, perceptions, and open new possibilities for personal development. Discover how quick, simple practices like 30-second body check-ins can create a positive shift in your daily mindset. Small, consistent efforts can lead to significant improvements in your overall well-being. Reflect on the significance of dedicating small time increments daily to activities like yoga. Even 10 minutes can make a remarkable difference in your mental and physical health. Recognize the importance of surrounding yourself with supportive connections, whether from unexpected sources or through internal relationships, as they can profoundly impact your journey. Consider how aligning your work and personal life can bring joy. Embrace the idea that balance looks different for everyone and find what works best for you. Embrace the concept of imperfection and understand that growth happens when you accept your unique strengths and limitations, allowing you to show up authentically. Embrace the courage needed to step out of limiting patterns, challenge yourself to show up differently and expand your capacity for personal and professional growth. If you're considering entrepreneurship while managing family responsibilities, understand that patience and balance are key. Embrace the journey and align your pursuits with your joys and values. Be sure to follow Erica on her journey and contact her if you'd like further support from her. You can join her on her free Facebook group, The Shine Bright Circle, or follow her on Instagram at Erica Venegas. Also, be sure to download your free Prosperity Flow to learn 5 powerful tools to repattern your nervous system and mindset with money and say goodbye to your old ways forever. Links will be in the show notes for you. Lastly, be sure to subscribe and leave me a review. The feedback is greatly appreciated. If you want to learn more about how we can work together, check out marydibblecoaching.com or hit me up on Facebook or Instagram to learn more. I love and appreciate you all. Until next time, much love.